Welcome to LSB Feaster's Radio Aircheck and Classic TV channel.
Media Complex on WTKS FM HD1, Cocoa Beach, Orlando. Available anywhere you go on the iHeartRadio app. Download it now.
Groundbreaking, critically acclaimed. And now, the Phillips File.
All right, here we go. Hold your ears, folks. It's showtime.
It's showtime. It's showtime.
Yeah, hello there. Good afternoon, everybody. Welcome. It is the start of the Phillips File, this one for Monday. That's Monday, November 12th in the year 2018. Good afternoon, everybody. My name is Jim Phillips, here once again to take your phone calls and listen to your stuff, whatever your stuff might happen to be. News and current events, we'll do that. We'll talk about your life. Feel free to talk about mine. And, of course, we'll find so many other things to talk about this afternoon. We always do. So take part in the most listened to, the most popular, the most widely heard, the highest rated radio program of its kind in the entire state of Florida. Pick us up on iHeartRadio. Go to realradio.fm. That's our website. Check that out. You can follow us on Twitter and Facebook and all that good stuff. Then send us a text on anything at any time. I promise we'll look at it. We'll review it. We may use it on the air. That's Real Mobile 770-31. But on the phones, long distance toll free, 1-888-978-1041. For those of you in the metro, 407-916-1041. Mo's here. She has news in a few minutes.
Sir.
Jack is with us. Pinkman is here as well.
Hello.
Later in the program, right after the news with Mo, we'll have that bonus round of Closest to the Pin, your opportunity to win good fortune for the rest of your life, or win bad luck for 24 hours. Face bad luck for 24 hours, followed by Jack's audio file. We got Monday movie review today with Wanzi and Doug. Regular round of Closest to the Pin. No Stephen Kramer. One firm for life. He won't be dropping by today, but we will have some drive home music and PPT to wrap things up at the end of the program. Couple of things to mention. I mentioned late last week that I would tell you some of the details about me going into retirement. To put it briefly, here's what's going to happen. We'll do the remainder of the shows this week and Friday off because it's the Jim Colbert Show between 3 and 7. Then I will be back on Monday and Tuesday. Then the Wednesday before Thanksgiving will be a tribute program, a Phillips File tribute program. Then best of Thanksgiving Day, and I believe the Friday thereafter. And then it's a brand new show. It'll be the Jim Colbert Show between 3 and 7, Monday through Friday, the Monday following Thanksgiving weekend. That's the way it goes. I go into retirement after 31 years of this program, after 50 years in broadcasting, and face some new adventures. So essentially, that's the schedule as we know right now. So this week, then Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, tribute program, Thursday and Friday, best of, and then the Monday following Thanksgiving weekend, it will be the Jim Colbert Show between the hours of 3 and 7 on Real Radio. Now, people say, well, what are you going to do? Are you going to do this? You're going to do that? You're going to do a podcast? You're going to what? I have no idea. I just don't have a clue at this particular point in time. Am I going to travel? I don't know. I just don't know. I'm going to sit on my ass for about 30 days, and then when I go into the beginning of the year, I'll have a better idea of maybe what I want to do with myself, anything at all.
I would like to seriously ask you to not rule out getting an Xbox and playing Red Dead Redemption 2.
Well, I don't think I'm going to be doing that.
I'm going to try to call every day before you leave to just kind of remind you of how much you're going to miss me.
Oh, that's sweet.
You trying to make him quit earlier?
She's got a plan, Jim.
No, I remember when he put me on restriction for 2 weeks.
Yeah.
I couldn't call in, and I can't remember what it was for.
You know what we call that? Vacation.
Yeah, but I wasn't on vacation, and it was killing me for 2 weeks. I couldn't call in.
You're not going to fall apart on me, are you?
Oh, boy.
You're going to start blubbering?
No.
Yeah.
He's already told me I can't do that, so you can't either.
Huh? No blubbering, huh? I'm going to tell you right now, this Tuesday show before the final file program, the tribute program, it's just going to be a regular program. It's just going to close it out the way I always do.
And then it's a love letter on Wednesday. A love letter to Jim.
Otherwise, I'll lose it, and I'm not losing it.
Okay, I ain't gonna lose it.
Yeah, you are. I know you are. I know you too well. You love me. You love me.
I do love you.
I know you do. And you're gonna start weeping and choking up, and like.
Shut up!
That ugly cry.
You're trying to catch your breath.
Gonna do the ugly cry, Beth. We know it.
I don't know what I'm gonna do with that. I know. I tell everybody else. Here's what you're gonna do. Here's what you're going to miss me for about a half a day. I've been in this business 50 years, been doing this program 31, really going on about 32 years now, and I've seen it time and time again. People who've had a program, they leave for whatever reason, they get fired, or they move on to another market. Oh, what are we going to do? What are we going to do without Ed Till? Oh, my God, what are we going to do without Gene Burns? And it lasts for a couple of days, and then, I like this guy. That's something new in the air.
Well, you know my deal with who's taken over your spot.
Well, we're not talking about that, okay? Because, there's no reason to talk about that. Yeah, it's the way it is, and that's the way it's going to be, and you're going to have to live with it, and everything is hunky-dory. Here's Danny on Real Radio. Go ahead, Danny.
Oh, damn. I've been listening to you for so long, and I'm going to miss you, of course.
Whatever.
Oh, no, it's true, but...
Maybe I'll start a podcast. I don't even know how to start a podcast.
Oh, for Pete's
Well, we can teach you, I'm sure, but I'm kind of curious to see what's going to happen to the rest of the file. Where are they going to go? What are they going to do?
Like dust in the wind.
I know Jack's set, but...
It's like a dandelion. They'll get blown into the wind.
Mama doesn't have anything confirmed at this moment, so...
Let me say this.
Still up in the air.
Everything will work out fine.
I'm going to become a commercial airline pilot.
Everything works out for the best. Trust me on this.
I was trying to convince Pinkman to have his own video game channel on Twitch where
I'm going to do it, bro.
People pay him and watch him play video games.
Nobody likes change. Everybody gets nervous around change. Who wouldn't? Especially when you've been doing something for so very long. Whether it's change here or whether it's a change going into retirement. I mean, I'm on one hand, I'm giddy, and on the other hand, I'm petrified. I mean, this is 50 years of my life in this business. I don't know how to do anything else. Well, I sold watches down in the Virgin Islands in a store. I did a little bit of retail. But, you know how it is. You do something for a very long time, and then you go, okay, now what? What are you going to do with your life? That faces everybody with retirement. So I'm just going to have to wait and see. Now, luckily, I think in my own mind, and I may be way off, my wife says, get ready because there are things that are going to happen that you don't suspect or you think you can handle, or things are just going to go on, and you got to get it in gear. And she's absolutely correct. I think on one hand, I have so many interests in my life. I have a certain level of curiosity. I don't think that's shared by a lot of people. I get interested in something, I dive into it, I want to find out about it, I get involved in it. I've been doing that all my life. That's why I'm a jack of all trades, a master of none. And but it's change. Nobody likes change. It's not easy to adapt to, especially when you've been doing something, steady Eddie for the most part, for certainly here at the station for so long. So who wouldn't be nervous? Who wouldn't be, and on one hand, very excited because you're opening a door. You have to shed a particular cloak that you've worn for many, many years. In some cases, you could say, is it real? Is it fake? Whatever it is, you wore it. And when you enter a new stage in your life, you're going to have to cast that aside. You're going to have to take it off and put on a new one. And the guess, not to mix metaphors and any of that kind of stuff, is, what kind of cloak are you going to put on? Who are you really? Are you the person you were on the air? Are they going to continue that, or do you enter a new phase in your life where you're nothing like you were the person you were on the air? And then beg the question, are you really the person you were on the air in the first place? Just stuff goes on. I think anybody going into retirement, faces those kind of questions.
And the rest of us will figure it out.
Everybody will figure it out. I mean, that's part of life. You got to figure things out.
At 25, Pinky, you're not ready to retire, right?
No, he's busy talking to Beth.
No, Beth.
Her.
Oh,
no, it was a different guy.
They didn't know that. You could have gone along.
Sorry.
You're fired.
You figure things out. You have to. And the fact of the matter is, and you'll hear it all the time, And you probably say it to yourself as you get older. It just flies by, and it does fly by.
Well, yeah, we've seen
Before you know it, bang, it's the end. You got to get ready for that, too. Here's Pam on Real Radio. Hello, Pam.
Jim, please don't go.
I'm going. There's nothing you can do to stop me.
Listen, my husband and I are both retired.
Oh, boy.
For about a year now. My husband has already gone back to work because we can't take sitting around the house anymore. There's only so much traveling you can
I understand.
do. There's only so many chores you can do.
I understand.
And
Yeah, but say...
miss you.
Well, thank you. Those are very kind words. But the fact of the matter is I never had a 9 to 5 here. You know, I have to work a half a day. Well, I don't work a half a day because, let me put it this way. This is the kind of job you're always thinking about. There's always something. It's white. I refer to it as white noise. All your waking moments, you're either consciously or maybe subconsciously thinking about things, observing things. Can I use that on the air? Can I use that in the program? Can I riff on this? Can I riff on that? So you keep building things in your own mind. You have to pay attention all the time. But as far as showing up for work, you know, this is not digging a hole. There are people out there that, and I said this time and time again, there are people out there who really work. And I mean really toil, whether it's manual labor or whether it's not manual labor, who toil. You know, they've got things they do. They have goals they have to meet. There are appointments that they have to go to. There are meetings that they have to attend. They've got supervisors who have bosses, who have managers over them that you have to respond to. That's work. You know, we all know people have to work for a living. This has been, I've said it a zillion times, this beats working. And, you know, I've been fortunate enough and lucky enough to have had a good career for the most part. But, man, I think about people out there and, you know, sweating their ass off, whether it's in a meeting with a boss or whether it's out there with a shovel, you know, working. Who wouldn't be drinking after something like that?
True.
Anyway, it will all work out in the end. It always works out in the end. 1-888, you know, people, we're going to miss you so much. You go on the streets of Orlando and ask 100 people, who's Jim Phillips? And about 98 will say, what, who, what? What are you talking about?
I challenge you to listen to that love letter on Wednesday and not cry. That's a good bet, Pinkman. You want to get...
You don't know what's in it. It may not make you cry.
Okay. I'm not saying you're not going to cry. I think he's going to cry. I think Jim's going to cry.
I probably will.
It's 4 hours of Ed Till.
4 hours of a love letter to you. It's lovely.
Ed Till.
Oh, God.
He's doing something. I saw him the other day on some kind of Facebook thing.
No, you did not.
He's not any different than he was. I don't know what he's, you know.
I'll look him up.
You know, a lot of these guys, you know, after they worked at literally or figuratively every radio station in America, then they have to do something else. And it's still Ed Till. Same.
Is he? He's still the
those
same.
High cheekbones, remember? He was always gaunt.
Oh, look at this. Yeah.
Yeah.
He's on a bunch of stations in big cities.
Oh, yeah, okay. I'm Ed Till. God only knows what his political perspective is nowadays.
Rib for life.
After ruining that Santa Claus thing. Oh, I was so pissed. Then he did an April Fool's.
Oh, boy.
You know, talking about how Hillary and Bill Clinton were getting a divorce.
Oh, boy. Ed, please, Ed.
Ed. Fell for it, hook, line, and sinker. Here's Travis on Real Radio. Go ahead, Travis.
Hey, Commodore.
What's happening?
Not much. Well, you know, sad to hear the end date, but, you know, you are definitely right that, you know, after a little bit, you know, I'll move on. I mean, you know, there's other shows to listen to and good content, but I will let you know, you are going to be missed, dude. I mean, you know, I'll miss you. I've gotten to listen to you since 2011 when I moved here to Florida and discovered your radio station through SBK Live, and, you know, it's just like that.
Well,
I still miss SBK Live.
I appreciate it. Those are very kind words, and I understand that. And I understand that people have strong feelings as it relates to this program. I get it, and I appreciate it, and all the support, even from people who listen. They say, I've got to listen because I can't stand you, and I don't want to let you get away with anything. I understand that too. That's just part of the business, but also part of the business is you move on. I can mention 25 people that have been on this radio station in one form or another, and you go, who? Oh, yeah. Or you go, Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. I remember. Oh, yeah. Whatever, to Clive Thomas. Oh, that's
really
right.
Yeah.
Clive Thomas. He had a great program. Let me just say this about that. When it comes to the success of this radio station, and by all measures, this radio station in this format has been a big success in this town for many, many, many years. With the Monsters and the News Junkie and this program. But there are a lot of people who worked this particular signal well before I started this program 31 years ago. That laid the groundwork for this station to be a success. And if it hadn't been for a lot of Gene Burns and Clive Thomas, I mean, just a bunch of people that you go, I don't know who those people are. That really laid the foundation for this radio station to become what it is today. There's no question in my mind about that, and that started before I even came to town. When Gene Burns, a name from the past, was doing talk radio at night on this signal. It's kind of changed ownership and signals there, but essentially it's still this station. I mean, he started in 1970 in this town, and started the process of establishing this radio station. It's had some changes in, metamorphosis here and there about the way we talk. There's no question about that, where it goes political, non-political, this, that, whatever. I mean, that's just the process of this kind of format. But there are plenty of people who made major contributions to the success of this radio station well before I started this program. Here's Dr. Copperfield. Go ahead, Doc.
Jim, there is going to be a large hole in the universe when you go.
I know.
You said 32. And
I do.
You said 32, and I know for a fact I joined you 27 of those years ago when Miss B and Drew Garabo were, the three that sat. Jack joined later, then Otto, and I'm going to tell you, for my 27 years, the only 2 episodes that I can remember that I laughed so hard that I did my pants or whatever was Otto, Jack, whatever with the cannon, and then Otto doing the dance for Moira and whatever for her birthday. I mean, just the funniest shows that I've ever listened to. And I'm not kidding. You're going to be missed.
Well, you never know what I might do. I mean, people are mentioning to do a podcast, and I've said many times before, I always wanted to be the last person on the planet who does a podcast, because it seems to me everybody's doing a podcast. But I might. I don't know how to. If I did one, how to get it out there and say, "Guess what? I'm doing a podcast." I don't even know where you start with that.
Could I do a tribute for you from the Godfather 3 movie?
Right now? Quick. Yeah, sure.
Just real quick.
Okay.
Boy, just when I thought they would let me retire, they bring me back in again, those doggone Republicans and conservatives.
Yeah, well, whatever. Remember how that movie turned out? That was the lousiest Godfather movie out there. That one.
I mean, you're going to die in the garden or
what?
Fumigating that's
the first one.
In the first one?
Yeah, I don't know. All I know is a podcast is a digital radio station. That's about the best I can do.
You have a good start there.
It's a digital radio station.
Mm-hmm. Jim, I'll produce it for you. I'll have my lawyer draw up a contract. You let me know.
Yeah, I'll go see Tom and Dad. What do we need? I mean, what do we do?
A microphone.
Well, first of all, you've got to put those empty eggshell cartons on your wall to make it soundproof. Okay? You got to do that, dude. And then you got to get some T-shirts and be prepared. You got to do a cruise. I'm not doing any of that.
Got to sell your merch.
I'm not doing What, a car magnet? Do I have to do a car magnet too?
Oh, definitely got to get in on the car magnet.
The car magnet. Yeah, sure.
Last Phillips File is on Tuesday. Before the tribute program on Wednesday, Tuesday, right after the program, I will climb to the top of the iHeart Media building right here and scream. That's what I'm going to do.
That's what you're going to do.
That's what you're going to do.
Wear a safety harness, though. It's awfully high up.
I might just bungee jump off the damn thing.